Hi, this is Leanne Claussen. Um, I wanted to talk to you today because there's been some comments about why people should listen to me because I didn't get my children back. Um, and so I just am going to tell you um, a little bit about my story so that you understand why I do what I do. So 5 of my 6 children were removed in 2009. I had been in a domestically violent relationship with my ex-husband, and we were known to the department. He was hurting myself and my children, and every time I would leave, and the department would come in and I would have gone, and so they thought I was being protective, and then he'd say, he loves me, he'd get counselling, that type of stuff, and I'd go back to him, and then something happened, which I'm not going to say, and then that was the final time, and um, then when he was gone, it was very difficult for me, and the house was bad, and I wasn't able to cope, so Um, basically, some notifications were coming in from the school and the childcare and things like that. Um, and that's when the department came to my door, said that they had some concerns and they removed the children. I actually did go through a reunification process, and I got all my kids back bar one. And then something else happened, which I can't talk about, and I wasn't actually to blame for that, um, but the department made out that it was my fault on paper, and so then they took the kids. They wanted to go for a long-term order, um, and then basically um, I had been suicidal. Um, I couldn't imagine um, losing my kids till they were 18. And I was at court with Mum, and the department came to us with a deal, and they said, give one short term and the other 3 long term. I'd got my other son back, and he stayed at home. My mum said to me that she didn't want to lose me and her grandchildren. She was worried that I would kill myself if they got the 18-year order. So basically, my mum said to me that she wanted me to sign the deal, and so I signed away my parental rights for 3 of my children, and I had short-term guardianship with the other one. The department said, you know, you've worked really well with this one. Um, we can see that, you're going towards reunification. Um, Once you get him back, you can try and get the others back. And what we didn't know at the time was that my son was living in a house where there was an 8 or 9-year-old child who committed suicide. And my son never mentally recovered. And then he became very, very aggressive, and I wasn't able to get him back. And so basically, he went to 18 years as well. So during the time that this was all going on, once they got long-term guardianship of the other 3, I accepted what had happened, and I started to look for help and support for myself. And I found the Family Inclusion Network southeast Queensland, and they helped me enormously. They helped me to uh, like share with other parents. There was other parents there, and I hadn't really met any other parents, many at all, that also had involvement with the department. And so that was incredible, just to have that support from other people that had gone through it. Um, During this time, I had a good read of the Child Protection Act, and I understood the Child Protection Act and um, the different parts of the child protection system. So basically, when we would have a forum, and um, the Family Inclusion Network would get all the parents together, and I'd be in the room, they'd have questions, and um, we realised quickly that, I had a lot of answers to the questions that the parents were asking. So um, the Finn decided to um, keep it to the very end of all the different forums, and just got me to speak at the end. And I was helping other parents, and I was like, okay, so I've got all this knowledge, and I understand the system, and I have helped some parents. And so I thought, what if I write down all the things that I knew about in the child protection system? That took 18 months, because I was still dealing with the grief and loss of losing my children. And so that led to me creating like a self-help book, and I then thought about a bag to put the book in and other things in that I would have liked when I first started. I based it on the bounty bag from the hospital that you get when you have a baby. So then I created that, and then I went to a conference and I spoke in front of a lot of people, and then the then Director General of the department came up to me afterwards and said he was really interested in Leanne's gift, and that he wanted to read it. So he read it, and then he had some of his staff come to my house, and we talked about giving Leanne's gift to parents in service centres. Eventually that didn't end up happening. They did buy 50 of them. They put them in 3 service centres, and it did work. But yes, they didn't purchase them for all the parents, and that's my goal, is to give back. I want to leave a legacy for other parents. I've been through all the different parts of the system, and so I've got a lot of things in there from other parents as well, not just me. So I hope that clears up why I didn't get my kids back. It was just things that happened, and um, you know, this was my case. I'm doing this because I want to help people. I see the department and what they do with families, and I see that parents are screaming out for advocacy. And I created Leanne's Gift as a way to self-advocate for yourself. I didn't have that when I was going through it. And I've had lots of parents, that have come and told me, how it's helped them. So that's the reason why I do what I do. I also work with the government. I had a social enterprise called Parents on a Mission for 4 years. And I worked with different organisations and the department and Finn and lots of people on all different things to do with child safety. And I give my lived experience a lot of times without, just voluntarily, because I want to help people. I want to give back. I want to help parents get from that stage where, you can't get out of bed and you're completely and totally, you can't cope with what's happening. And I want to empower other parents. And that's why I do this. It's why I joined the Child Protection Party, because I wanted to give a voice to parents. So I hope that helps. And I'm just going to continue putting more tips up, and hopefully I'll be able to help even more people. And if you are a parent who would like to collaborate or do anything to help others, you can contact me through the Child Protection Party, and they'll put you through to me. So thank you so much and have a lovely day. Goodbye.